I'm on my way to a migrant camp the Panamanian government is not eager for the public to know about. It's hidden away deep in the jungle of the country's Darien province, a largely roadless jungle wilderness that thousands of migrants from all over the world traverse on their way to the American southern border. Intelligence sources told CIS where to find this special camp, about 15 miles off the country's main highway. I arrived at a dirt subsistence village called La Panita, and I see a seemingly out-of-place police station. And there was the migrant camp. The video I shot as I slowly drove by would be the only photography I would ever get. Panamanian military police swarmed me, demanding no pictures, no interviews, and how did I find this place, and give me your passport. There's a reason for the sensitivity. The La Panita camp is ground zero of a binational government policy that would likely prove controversial if Americans knew about it. With this policy, Panama and Costa Rica have essentially become human smugglers, moving thousands of migrants to the U.S. border. And these are migrants from places in the Middle East, like Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. The policy itself is called controlled flow. It was put in place in about 2016 during a massive influx of Haitian migration. The Panamanian government did not want them to stay, for fear that they would drive down wages and cause other social stresses. But since the Haitian wave has passed, the policy remains. What controlled flow means in real-world terms is that migrants reaching Panama territory in the south are collected, cared for in non-adversarial camps, given medical treatment, legal permisos, and then bus transportation, always north out of Panama and always north out of Costa Rica. Nicaragua on the north of Costa Rica is not a party to any of this. CIS negotiated at length with the government of Panama for its perspective on the migrant handling policy, and also how it works with the U.S. to help reduce the threat of terrorist travelers through its territory. Formal interviews were declined, however. The Panamanian embassy did issue the following statement. We can assure you that Panama and the U.S. are strong partners in ensuring we have secure migration flows and in promoting regional security. However, we are unable to provide details of that partnership or the subjects included in your inquiry. But we were able to find some Panamanian politicians who were willing to speak to us about this policy. Assemblyman Juan Carlos Arango of the Panamanian Popular Party explained that Panama's helpful policy was to treat migrants humanely, keeping them safe under government control, healthy, and above all, on the move.
Panama is like a bridge or a passway to another country. Wherever they come from, if they get here by boat or they get here by plane or walking through the Darien jungle, they say, they're very vocal, saying, we don't want to stay in Panama. We want a passway to the north.
Controlled flow really starts where the only highway in Panama stops, in the Darien jungle village of Yavisa. This is the very definition of a frontier border town, where rainforest meets Highway 1. Here, the Panamanian Police Central Battalion Oriental Brigade coordinates choppers, boats, foot patrols to collect exhausted migrants coming off an 8 to 10 day jungle trek from Colombia. A senior military police official, not authorized to speak, says 700 migrants a week are collected from the jungle. They're put eventually in the La Panita camp. He explains the rest.
Hay una cosa que no se vea mundialmente, el trabajo de nosotros. Nosotros no pertenecemos a servicio de migración, pero sí tenemos la responsabilidad casi el 100% de toda esta migración. Y otro ejército, porque ni un país en toda Latinoamérica hace lo que hace Panamá. Recibirlo, ayudarlo, darle algún medicamento, organizarlo.
And takes them all the way to Costa Rica.
Exactly.
Terrorists?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm interviewing an Iranian now further up the trail in Costa Rica, and he explained that the Panamanian police arranged all of his transportation this far, and now the Costa Ricans are taking over. And in fact, the Costa Ricans even gave him a tip sheet providing bus fare information and schedules and where to stay on the way to the Nicaraguan border.
To Punita, we paid like $20 each one. 100 people from Punita to Panama City, and in Panama City we changed bus, the 100% to another bus, and
were the Panamanian police with you the whole time?
No, but they know. They coordinate the bus, and they know we're going to border. In border, police stop the bus, and we took out the bus.
And this Pakistani, likewise captured in the Darien jungle.
So when you were in Panama,
Yeah.
you turn yourself to the police?
Yes, of course.
Did they tell you to do that?
Police.
Yeah.
No, they didn't tell you. They didn't tell us anything. We were in the camp number 1, then 2. We stayed there in camps for 8 days, and after that we get here.
How did you get here? Did the Panamanian police put you on the bus?
Yeah. Panamanian police put us on a boat. We paid them $40. Everybody paid them $40, and we got here.
Controlled flow may amount to government doing the smuggling, moving migrants of national security concern toward the American border. But it also has benefits. At least some of these migrants are out in the open, registered in these two countries, rather than forced underground in hidden stash houses and using smugglers. And an American counterterrorism effort is there to take advantage. Biometrics. All of them are supposed to have their fingerprints taken, eye retinal scans, triangled facial recognition photographs taken. It's done on U.S.-bought equipment in Panama and Costa Rica. I saw it being used, and I'm told numerous terrorist suspects have been caught as a result. When it comes to this higher-risk migration, so far the United States has been luckier than Europe, where for the last few years dozens of migrants from these same countries have committed and plotted multitudes of terror attacks. Or it's because U.S.-pushed efforts have found migrant terrorists here first, like Somali Ibrahim Kurdim just last year in Costa Rica. I'm told at least 3 other suspected terrorists were pulled off the route in Costa Rica and sent home. Panama's government declined to address ongoing joint counterterrorism efforts associated with the migration, saying, "As you may understand, the matters to which your questions relate to are sensitive in nature, both from the national security standpoint and from the U.S.-Panama relations perspective." In 2016, 6 Pakistani migrants were caught and deported home. Highly unusual. This was done at U.S. insistence. Officially, no one has said why. But Carlos Vargas, chief political editor for La Prensa newspaper in Panama City, said he was told why. All 6 Pakistani migrants, he said, were suspected al-Qaeda members, and they were caught surveilling sensitive sites around the city, to include the strategic Panama Canal.